Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol. So today I'm back at Harbour Cars. Now some of you might have watched the video I did a couple of weeks ago of my mate buying a Boxster from here, and ever since then I've been talking to Chris here and kind of organising a trip in a very special car, because I've never driven a 911 before, and Chris got in touch a couple of weeks ago and said, we need to sort that out, mate. Would you like to come down here and drive a 911? And I was like, yes please, that would be super. And here I am today, and we have a very, very special car to drive. We've got a lovely 911 turbo Gen 1.5. It's quite a rare car. It's inside, it's looking beautiful. Let's go and take a look, shall we? So here she is, and I have to say I've always had a real thing for a 911 turbo. I just think they just look ace. Obviously the performance is amazing. I've never driven a 911 before, so I don't really know what they're like to drive, but I'm going to find out all about that very shortly. So I'm just going to walk you around the car, but first things first, this particular example is absolutely beautiful. I'm a big fan of black cars anyway, but let's have a look round and I'll tell you a little bit about the car. So the turbo badge says everything. I am learning all about 911s for the first time, so I'm sure there will be some knowledgeable guys out there, and feel free to correct me in the comments page. But this is a 911 turbo, it's a 997. It's a Gen 1.5, so this car has the 3.6 flat 6 twin turbo engine, but it's got the interior of the Gen 2 car, so it's kind of the best of both worlds. And talking to Chris here, it's what makes this particular car so attractive to sort of potential buyers and 911 purists. And it's just an absolutely stunning example. If we just kind of scroll down the flanks, it's got the turbo wheels, which always look brilliant anyway, and we'll just come down the front, and I just think that looks absolutely mega. So this car has some really very nice options. I'm loving these carbon door seals with illuminated turbo lettering there, and then if we sort of scroll into the cabin itself and take a look round here, very, very nice place to be. Let's jump in, shall we? Centralised rev counter, that's going up to just gone 7,000 RPM, nice turbo logo right in the middle. If I just pan back, we've got some options here. So I've got a carbon detailing around the edge of the steering wheel, which is really cool. This is a Tiptronic car, so I've got my gear changers buttons on the steering wheel. PDK with a flappy paddle was an option on this car, but obviously this particular vehicle doesn't have it. I've also got the Sport Chrono pack indicated by the stopwatch up here, and then down here full sat nav, and if we start to look down here, we've got sort of sport, we've got the magnetic ride dampers, we can manually lift the rear spoiler, and we got the Porsche stability management off button, which we won't be turning off today, because I'm pretty sure if I did that I'll be going straight to the scene of the nearest accident. Not only is this car a masterpiece of automotive design, but it probably has the best cup holders in the world. Just absolutely brilliant. You can have them both open, and then you can close that down, and then you can just open it and close them. I love that. I love these sports seats. We've got the Porsche crest in the headrest, which was an option, but they're also hard backed, again an option. And if we just pull that forward, we've got two seats in the back. Again, you could probably get an adult in there, but I wouldn't want to go too far. But they do have quite a trick system where those back seats fold down to give you some sort of more luggage space, but it just makes this car so practical, yet it's a properly quick car. So this is where all the magic happens. If I just lift the boot, so here we have the power plant. So this is the 3.6 flat 6 twin turbo. This engine produces 480 horsepower, that's 620 newton meters of torque, which is just staggering. By far and away the most powerful car I'll have ever driven up till this point. 0 to 60 time is in the region of 3.5 seconds. And the top speed is obviously, we're never going to get anywhere near that today, but really stunning power from this. And obviously with this being a turbo, that goes through all four wheels, so you've got four-wheel drive, but very, very cool. So we need to make way for the 911 Turbo to come out of the showroom. So this stunning AMG needs to go. Do you want to start her up? That thing is just epic. It was here last time. Just go on. It sounds amazing. Very, very naughty. They have some great cars here. So here we are, guys. I am behind the wheel of a 911 for the first time. I'm a little bit intimidated because this isn't just a 911, this is a 911 Turbo. Underneath my right foot is 480 brake horsepower. By far and away the most powerful car I've ever driven. I think 400 was probably the most I've ever driven. So off we go. It's an auto to start with, so I'm just going to stick it in drive and pull away, and we'll go and have some fun. Oh, see, now that's a nice throaty throb already. I should introduce, although you won't be able to see him because he's just off camera, this is Chris from Harbour Cars, who's with me. He's like, hello. He's got to be here, one, to make sure I don't drive like a complete idiot, but this car's actually for sale. So we're on sort of trade plates and under Harbour Cars insurance, so that's why I've got an accompanied drive. And also the great thing is he can kind of talk to me a lot about the car, because one of the things that these guys are brilliant at is they buy and sell lots and lots of Porsches, and they know everything there is to know about Porsche, which obviously if you're stepping into a car for the first time and want to know, you want someone to help you with the right choice or find the right car for you. So what I'm going to do is step through a few of the modes in this car. Clearly we're on the public road, so we kind of have to be a little bit mindful. First thing I'm going to try is the PASM, the Active Stability Management. So I'm basically going to firm up the dampers, and almost straight away the car starts to sort of feel firmer. Ride height drops a little bit. And that's where you've got your sort of, if you're going to go on a track or you wanted to sort of have some really aggressive driving down a B road, that's where you'd be. But the difference it makes in the ride comfort is pretty noticeable. If I turn that back off again, kind of comes compliant and all nice and soft. Very, very cool. At the moment then I'm still in normal sort of automatic drive mode. All I will notice at the moment is when you don't have to really breathe too much on the throttle and you can feel the power that you've got behind you. It's really, really very cool. I'm kind of having a bit of an out-of-body experience here because this is a very cool car to be driving. Thank you very much for letting me have it.
You're welcome.
It's absolutely brilliant. Okay, so I'm now going to engage manual gear selection. I'm going to drop it down into third gear, put my foot down and whoosh! Wow, this is quite a quiet car. I expected it to be really loud and gruff, and it's not. It just whooshes, but it whooshes very, very quickly, and you kind of just find yourself hurtling towards the horizon at a very, very rapid rate of knots. Oh, I need one of these in my life. This is just fantastic. Mind you, that's music to your ears.
Oh, exactly. We saw that out. Don't worry about that.
Chris is going,
You already test driven.
He's sold one. Yeah, now I understand why you let me have a go in this car. Yeah, I think I need to sell Ruby Roadster, maybe a kidney. I don't actually need my left leg, so I could probably get rid of my left leg and sell that for medical science or something, and get myself into a 911 Turbo. Yeah, great idea. Goodness me. That is excellent. Oh, wow. Now we're on a slightly better road. I'm now starting to feel what all this 911 fuss is about. The turning on this thing is absolutely exceptional. And I'm only sort of doing, legal speeds on a B road. It's so planted. Four-wheel drive, obviously, on this vehicle. I'm a big four-wheel drive fan. I know, lots of purists say, "Oh, you want rear-wheel drive? You can kind of get the back end out." Well, although I'm wearing a T-shirt like Chris Harris, I'm not Chris Harris. I like four-wheel drive. It kind of just, for normal driving, it keeps you out of trouble, and I quite like these Tiptronic buttons as well. I've got them on both sides. I can change up or down on both sides of the steering wheel, and that's really cool. Okay, on my favourite reviewing road. Oh dear me. This car could get you in a lot of trouble. What a beast. Yeah, brakes are good too. So this car, new, with the kind of options we've got, we're looking at probably 120 odd thousand quid. You can get into this car, because it's for sale, for £58,000. And I think that is a major, major bargain. Less than 40,000 miles on the clock. Oh dear. So I'm starting to get a bit more comfortable in this car. So there's only one thing for it. There's a magic button down on the dashboard down there that has Sport written on it, and I'm going to push it. Now what that's done, that's engaged the active dampers, the PASM, it's sharpened up the throttle response, and what I should find when I put my right foot down is a bigger grin appears on my face. Oh, dear me. There's no drama in this car. You just hurtle towards the horizon at a very rapid rate of knots. I think probably because it's not massively noisy, and if I'm honest, that's maybe a little disappointing. I thought it'd be really, really noisy, but in a way it's quite cool because you don't, it's just, I'm going to do it again here, just, it won't come across on camera. I can't convey that kind of surge of power, and I'm touching probably 20% of the car's capability. I'm on a you know, a public road. I've only been in the car for half an hour. It's not mine. I've got the guy who's selling it sat next to me, and I'm on my best behaviour. But oh dear me, there's a nice bit of straight road. Let me just bury the throttle. Oh, now that's just indecent. So from this angle you can kind of get a much better appreciation of what a great view I have. I'm loving the central rev counter with a big turbo emblem in there. What I'm noticing with it, that the first bit of travel in the throttle is quite heavy, so you kind of have to, you just drive along and you can't accidentally tap into all of the sort of horsepower available. If you want to do that, you do have to make a concerted effort almost, don't you?
You
to
do,
kind of,
yeah.
to go
tell it you want to go somewhere.
When you do tell it you want to go somewhere, you better be ready and you better hold on, because you're going somewhere and you're going to get there really, really quickly.
You are.
Well, it's time for my final impressions of this car, and I don't really know where to begin, to be honest. First things first, it is so easy to drive and so unintimidating when you're just pootling around. And I didn't expect that. I thought it would be always wanting to, you know, bite your head off, and it really isn't like that at all. If you're in just normal drive mode in the automatic box, you know, you don't turn sport on or anything, it's such a nice place to be. But when you start putting your foot down, and as I said before, you really do have to kind of make a proactive decision to go fast. When you put your foot down and it gets beyond about 3,000 RPM, this thing is like a rocket ship. It is unbelievable. I've never driven a car that just surges you forward so quickly before. It's quite impressive. Oh, this has been a very, very good day. A very, very good day. Whoosh! That whoosh pedal. Well guys, that brings me to the end of my mini adventure with this 911 Turbo. And she's just ticking herself cool, and that was a lot of fun. I've never driven a Line 11 before. I now totally get what it's all about. Such a drivable car. This particular car though, I mean, when we're talking fast, this thing is epically fast. 480 horsepower, and when you put your right foot into the carpet, it literally just launched you at the horizon. It was absolutely amazing. So I really, really enjoyed myself, and I just want to say an absolutely massive thank you to Chris and the guys here at Harbour Cars for allowing me to come back and letting me drive this beautiful, beautiful car. I feel very, very lucky. I just think these guys, they're just brilliant. They know their stuff so well. They've got some stunning cars. You might just be able to see absolutely beautiful car there. So they've got some brilliant cars in stock. I'm going to do my sales pitch. Come down, take a look. They're just on the outskirts of Chichester. I'll put all their details below. But they really do know their Porsche and their Mercedes. So I'm going to sign off there, guys, and go home and just think about my time with a 911 Turbo. So I hope you've liked the video. Hope you've certainly liked it as much as I've enjoyed driving this car. If you have, give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped, because I've got plenty more stuff coming up. And just to give a little bit of a kind of spoiler, this and my Boxster video have given me great practice for something I've got coming up in August, which I can't tell you about yet, but it's very, very exciting. The coolest thing Petrol Ped has ever done in August, and it's got something to do with Porsche. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, you take care, guys. Drive safe.